Morning guys, it's the weekend, it's Sunday. I've continued my work regime that I had before Christmas of working basically double shifts and working till about 10 at night. That's going to go on for another couple of weeks, unfortunately. Basically what we're doing, my wife and I, we're trying to save up some money so that we can spend it on the property that we're moving into. So we can do some things to it. So basically I'm working 2 weeks in a week and that extra money's going in a little pot. And we're going to use that for home improvements. We've got loads of ideas, and in the coming months we'll take you over to that property and show you it when it's convenient, and show you all the things we're planning on doing. And of course we'll bring you with us through the whole process of us actually doing the work as well. It's going to be quite exciting, but it does mean that my time for making these videos is rather limited between now and then, unfortunately. But there you go, I can't do anything about that, I'm afraid. So we're moving some of the last piles of hedge trimmings today. One of the things that the landlord has asked us to do before we vacate is to fill in the pond I dug. So those of you who've been following me for a little while will be aware of the whole pond story. So it seems quite fitting that one of the last jobs I'm doing is filling it in. Look, this is the vegetable garden that I'm basically leaving. There's still some stuff in here that we're harvesting. We've got a row of chard at the top here. Got Brussels sprouts, quite a few cabbages through here, some salad in the middle, perpetual spinach. What else? Oh, we've got plenty of swede and leeks at the back there as well. So we're still harvesting veg here, but we're not sowing anything now. We're not planning on sowing anything for the spring. What we are going to be doing, I suppose this is a good time as any to talk about what our plans are for 2020. So 2020 is going to be kind of split, I suppose, into a couple of distinct sections. We've got the next 3 months, quarter of a year here, which will be focused almost entirely on just preparing for the move and focused on the move. So for the next 3 months, it's going to be a case of preparing this property for vacating it and preparing the new property for us moving in stages as we go, and also earning as much money as I can to spend on that project. Then the next portion of the year is going to be settling into the new property and establishing a new vegetable garden and hopefully somewhere for our animals there. And then the tail end of the year is going to be more settling into a new routine, whatever that looks like. So that's what our year kind of looks like. But we are hoping, we've kind of decided that we're going to try and grow a spring / main crop set of vegetables. So we are going to be doing some sowing, you know, early sowing like we would usually, with a view to container gardening, because what we don't want is for the spring to spring and everyone except for us to be harvesting things. That would be awful. So we're going to do some container gardening, and we're going to do that in such a way that we're able to bring that garden with us. So that's something new. I've never really done very much container gardening before, apart from as an adjunct to the main bed that we have here. You know, some things in addition to our main bed we've grown in containers, like carrots and things, but that's going to be our garden, at least for the spring. So that's something we're going to be spending quite a bit of time on. As you've already gathered, time is a real premium at the moment, so I've enlisted the help of my boys. They're helping me to move some of the last piles of the hedge trimmings, and I'm about to go and collect the food waste from the fruit and veg shop. I've also made the decision to let Sid go. I think it just makes sense, and I'm probably going to advertise all of our goats for sale. So there's a good chance that we'll be goatless in the next few months. Now, I know that a big draw of what I do in this channel is the animals that we have here, and I hope that you guys will bear with us while we are perhaps in between in so many different ways. We're going to be sort of in between. We're going to be in between what we want to be doing. We're going to be in between what we're able to do, but everything's going to come back. So please bear with us. So yeah, the girls are pregnant, and they're due to actually have their kids in maybe 6 weeks, something like that. I'm probably going to advertise them for sale and see where we go. Sydney's already up for sale. I put him up yesterday. And what I'm hoping, I haven't put a price next to him. And what I'm hoping I can do is either sell him for a really small fee, a nominal amount, or perhaps even give him away to someone fairly local on the understanding that we can borrow him back for stud services. That's plan A. That'd be amazing. And we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. It's just started raining here, so I'm going to put the camera away and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. So I'm on my way now to collect some animal feed, which is a waste product from a fruit and vegetable shop. And then when we get back, one of the things that's still on my list of jobs to do today is to go and feed my bees. So I'll be putting my bee suit on for the first time in a little while. We've got the weather for it. It is, let me just check, it's 7 degrees C at the moment, and it'll get a couple of degrees warmer than that. It's still a little bit chilly, but I'm not actually going in the hive. I'm just taking the lid off, and I'm going to give them some fondant, which is basically bee food, if you like. Lots of reasons why you might want to do that, lots of reasons why you might not want to do that, but for me, I just think sooner safe than sorry with my last colony. They're incredibly strong and healthy, but why not give them that extra chance? It's also going to increase the chances of me being able to successfully take some honey off this spring. So I'm going to go and feed my bees at some point when I get back. So I've got here my fondant, my beekeeping food basically, and it's just the preferred method of feeding bees in the winter. Of course, I'll caveat everything I say about beekeeping with the fact that I'm a very, very novice beekeeper, very new to it. But I've been told that the sugar water, which we might feed them if we needed to in the spring or summer, they're far less likely to find that useful in the winter when the temperatures get a lot colder. It's actually very, very mild at the moment. So we're around 9 degrees C and it's dry, it's not raining. So we only get a few windows at this time of year, it's January, when we can open the hive up. And we're not actually going to open the whole hive up, we're just going to take the lid off and give them some of this food. And the idea being twofold really. If they were at risk of running out of honey, this gives them an additional food source, but even if they're not, they might well choose to use this, and there'll be that little bit extra honey left in the spring that when we're maybe thinking of harvesting might be there for us. So let's go up and give them this. So you can see there's a little bit of activity even now in January. Very, very healthy colony, this one. I could probably get away without smoking, but as we all know, I've tried that before and it didn't go very well, so sooner safe than sorry. And like I say, I'm not actually going to disturb this board. All we're going to do is we're going to take the lid off this fondant, and then just turn it upside down on the top, and they can come up through this hole and get to it. And we'll put the lid back on. And that's it, that's all we're doing today. Chances are the next time I come up to my bees, it's actually to transport them to their new home. Because one of the things that we can do sort of whenever we're ready really is get the new apiary ready, or one of them. I'm going to have 2 apiaries. Obviously I've only got the 1 colony at the moment, but I want to increase that this year, which I will, by catching swarms and what have you. And I'd like to have 2 apiaries, one at my brother-in-law's and one at my father-in-law's, each of which are people that really want them. They're really keen to have them there. So it would be nice if I could have multiple colonies at each of those locations. There's no reason why that isn't something I can do. So, you know, I'm very, very patient with the bees. I'm not in any rush, and things will happen as they happen. You know, I will gradually accumulate the kit I need, because in an ideal world, I would like multiple hives at each location. So, you know, I want probably 10 hives or so, at least. But I'm not in any rush for that. So I will accumulate them over time. I will accumulate the bees over time by splitting my own colonies, but by also catching swarms and what have you. And it will take as long as it takes. I'm very, very comfortable and laid back about that process. This fits really well actually into everything else. It kind of fits around everything else because I'm not in any rush. I've not set myself any deadlines with this, which is nice. So that will happen as it happens. But the next thing to do really, and again, no massive rush, but at some point in the near future, we will be building a stand for one of the hives, and we will basically transfer one of them to probably my father-in-law's house. And yeah, we'll just allow the story of my beekeeping to play out as it plays out over the next few months. So that's the last of my outside jobs that I wanted to get done today. I'm going to harvest a little bit from the garden, some leek, and then we're going to go and make dinner. We've got my in-laws coming for dinner this evening. It's Sunday today. So yesterday I did absolutely nothing again. This is a side effect of the hours I'm working at work, as you know, and I'm not complaining. You know, it's all through choice. Everything I do is my own choice, so it's not a complaint. But it's equally a fact that when I do work such long hours at work, I do need a little bit of recovery time, and I'm not 25 anymore. So when I work those long hours doing a physical job all week, I come home and I'll be honest, I wake up Saturday and I just feel like resting, which is what I did yesterday. So today is when I'm getting everything done, and this is the perfect time of year to do that. And like I say, you know, it's a choice that we've made, and I've made that choice because I want to accumulate some funds to spend on things like renovating the kitchen in the other property, because we're basically going to increase the kitchen and make the dining room part of the kitchen, because we just need that additional kitchen worktop and workspace, and a load of other things. So, you know, I'm trying to save up that money, and to do that I need to work these extra hours, and it means that I need to do everything I'm doing at the weekend on a Sunday. Anyway, I'm going to get in now. We're going to be cooking a chicken jambalaya. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, that's the last thing I'll be doing today before I wind down, ready for work again tomorrow. My daughter's cooking cakes. What are you actually cooking, love?
I'm doing a vanilla cake and a chocolate cake.
She's doing a vanilla cake and a chocolate cake, which is going to be awesome. And we're going to have that for pudding with tea tonight. And so I'm going to be cooking as I said, a chicken and chorizo jambalaya. And in here, I've got one of the chickens. You saw me harvesting all of our chickens last week. And I ran out of time towards the end of the day because I tried to do too many. I tried to do 12 or something. And the last couple I didn't actually have time to pluck. So we skinned. So that's why we're cooking in the slow cooker. But that's going to lend itself perfectly for what I want to do with them anyway. So yeah, that's the rest of my day. So I'm now going to get out of my bee suit, pack everything away, start cooking dinner, and I'll catch up with you guys as soon as I can in the week or next weekend, if not before. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for coming around with me today. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for all those exciting new things and adventures in our future, and I will speak to you on the next one. Please make sure before you go, you press that like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and leave me a comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.